Supermarket deliveries, card payments, contactless payments all went down twice within the last week or so. Cash only, then the ATMs went down. Can you see where this is going? Hi, this is Everyday Prepper and welcome to the channel. I posted a short about a week and a half ago, but it was only about 30 odd seconds long. It was immediately after I found out that Sainsbury's had gone cash only because they had a system problem. And then only on Saturday, just gone, they had, as you probably know, the nationwide, the whole of Sainsbury's and Tesco's went down. But something doesn't add up. Something really doesn't add up. They blamed it on a software update. Well, unless Sainsbury's and Tesco's are using the same software, and they're each updating their own software for each other. It seems a bit far-fetched to say, that both of their delivery systems went down. The other statement that was a bit of a giveaway for me was when they said none of our customers' data is at risk because of this problem. Well, why would it be at risk? Just because of a software update. That to me tells me it's a hack. Now, regardless of the reasons, I've got my theories about why this may have happened. I'm sure plenty of you have ideas about why this actually happened. But from a prepping point of view, are you getting the message yet? We've got people who were relying on the delivery services from these companies and weren't able to get their goods delivered on time. And when I say relying on it, they're disabled, possibly can't get out. I know there was a blind customer who had reported in to the news saying that they couldn't get their delivery that day. So, this short-term problem can be a real issue for a few individuals who can't get out and about. But it's reading the comments from people who can get out and about, who were experiencing these problems when they were in the shop. And I find this quite hilarious. So I'm just going to read a couple of bits in the news that I came across. So we've got shoppers rage, you've made an enemy. Statements, this is on the Sun, but statements like the IT outages have wreaked havoc across Britain's busiest shopping day of the week. So basically what had happened is, Sainsbury's had gone down, their delivery system had gone down, people had gone down to the store to go and just shop normally and found that they couldn't use their chip and pin, couldn't use their contactless card, so they had to use chip and pin. Then the chip and pin system went down, so it was basically down to cash only again, which is what happened the first time. And then, of course, the ATMs ran out of cash because the nearest ATM was the one attached to the supermarkets. So there's also reports of customers facing large queues for ATMs outside the stores, car park chaos as tailbacks backed up traffic. And the town I was in, the traffic is bad enough around the supermarkets on a busy day, but it was absolutely backed up. And there's comments like this I find quite hilarious. Proactively contacting customers, I sat on hold for over an hour to find out what's happening with my order. No hold music, so not even sure. You've made an enemy in me today. Somebody else said, was planning a Sainsbury's shop in Gloucester today. Sounds safer just to go to Tesco. A few hours later, Tesco's went down as well. So you had people going, well, I'll go to Morrison's then instead. And apparently shoppers were fuming in response to the supermarket's posts on X because they didn't really know what was going on. Then you've got the CEO of Retail Economics, Richard Lim, saying this incident underscores the fragility of growing dependence on digital infrastructure and the critical nature of investing in robust IT solutions. No shit. What I find hilarious, it's not really hilarious. These people were terribly inconvenienced. But this was one day, and it was back up and running by about 4:30, but it caused absolute mayhem. Some people were lucky enough to be able to have a Morrison's near to them so they could go there. Well, what if all the supermarkets, you've got the two major supermarkets, Tesco and Sainsbury's going down, and everything that Sainsbury's owns, like, Argos within the stores and those kind of things. Imagine if it was all of the major supermarkets went down, not for a day, a week. These people who, are moaning about the inconvenience, saying, oh, you've lost a customer and all this sort of rubbish, they have no idea how close we are really to absolute mayhem, traffic backing up and all that kind of thing. So all I've got for you today is this has happened twice in the past week and a half. It's going to happen again. Now, it might not be for a year. It might be next week. It could be any time. The other thing that happened a couple of years ago with the fuel. We had 2 fuel shortages, or so-called shortages, within the space of 6 months. Now, again, I guarantee you that will happen again. If something's happened more than once, it's likely to happen again. Each day there's more and more demand on all of this infrastructure, and it's not being updated or replaced fast enough to cope. So all I'm saying is, the best thing to do is, if you haven't started already, just focus on food, store food. I would suggest if you're starting out prepping now, don't worry about storing gallons and gallons of water, because that's what you'd need. When you look at places like Haiti or Gaza, they're not all dying of thirst. They're about to die of starvation. And so that's because water is, they're near the sea, they've got rain, they've got moisture in the air and that kind of stuff. So water's getting in there somehow. It's the food they're worried about. So I would suggest get a water filter. Then you can drink it out of any puddle, you can drink anything. Learn some skills about how to obtain water and start stockpiling food now. If this issue with card payments, and it's all right saying cash is king, if you haven't got cash put aside, or if you haven't got a lot of it put aside, or enough for, a good perhaps month's worth of food, then, if these things went down for like a week or, even longer, and you're not going to be able to get the cash out of the ATMs, they'll close the ATMs down because they'll consider it a run on the banks, just like they did in 2008. They won't allow it to happen. They might tell you that's what you need to go and do. But if you haven't got the cash put aside, it's too late. So 1, have a water filter. 2, start stockpiling food. And 3, have cash. That's my recommendation to get started with prepping, and also have a look at your current preps. If you're an experienced prepper, have a look at your current preps. Is your food stock enough? And have you got some cash put aside? That's what I'd recommend. Now, the other thing I'm watching very closely is the situation in Haiti. It was described by one of the chiefs in UNICEF as a Mad Max situation. That's not a very good situation to be in. So I'm watching that very, very carefully, and hopefully we can learn from it. But I imagine for the people that are living there still, it must be an absolutely terrifying experience. They're an island just like the UK. Imagine if the UK descended into a Mad Max situation, it would not be pretty. It wouldn't be very nice at all. Not something I'd want to endure. So we plan to do another video on about some of the situations that are going on around the world and what we can actually learn from it as preppers. And how, if some of those events were to spill over into the UK, then how we can prepare for it. That's all I've got for you at the moment. If I look tired, it's because I am. I did a bit of a workout this morning, but I also went up a tree and needed to cut down some shoots off my trees because it just keeps growing and growing and growing. I didn't want to have to get someone in, pay them £600 to pollard the tree again, so I thought I'd do it myself, which was exciting, but I'm absolutely knackered. So quick video, and just keep those preps going. It's easy to be distracted by what's going on in the world, but definitely start getting your food stocks up or checking them if you haven't recently. In the meantime, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and thanks very much for watching. Stay prepared.